So this video is kind of like a obscure, very random custom accessories of deathmatch wrestling stuff. Like, at some point, I'll probably make videos on other custom accessories, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna make this video on some of the more obscure weapons that I've made, custom made. I mean, um, so yeah, so these are pretty much just stuff like I couldn't really find a tutorial for on YouTube that I was trying to, or something that I just came up with and thought was cool. So for this, I'm gonna use this Jon Moxley figure, kind of just show scale. It's not really great fair use because it's kind of out of scale itself. But so to start off, I'm gonna show this bed of nails I've made. It's a bit excessive compared to ones that are actually used in deathmatch wrestling, but it's kind of hilarious, and for pick fed or just photography reasons, this is kind of hilarious. But it's one of these up the bottom rope. It's one of these I don't remember what they're called. It's one of those things you can like stick your hand in, the spikes go down. As you can see, I can set this down. Move finger. I can set it down and the spikes don't go down. I can push on them and they kind of move a little bit. But the spikes don't go down because they're not actually pointy. There's metal rods. They're not spiky, but still. I've duct taped it on so that they don't go down. Like, if you really want, you can like push them down. So like when doing fake photography or stuff, you can make it look like the figure crushed them down or they went into the person, I guess. Don't know why you'd want to do that, but still, it's very nice. Like, what I've ran into with this is you have to put a lot of duct tape on this, though, to make it hold up, just because of how challenging it is. But there's that. You can see scale to the finger and have them, like, fall onto it. Doesn't really do much except them bouncing. So there's that. So the next one is kind of another very random one I thought up. Is this little knife board. I've seen this a couple times in watching deathmatch wrestling, but this is very random. This isn't much of any custom. It's these like knives that pretty much come with most horror action figures. Like, you can see them a lot with like Chucky's, Jason's. I don't think Freddy, but you can see them with like Michael Myers and stuff. And there's always like 100 of those things any place you go. But I just got 3 of them. None of them are the same size. But just stuck them into the styrofoam that I had to cut to size so I had the duct tape so I don't get those styrofoam flaky bits everywhere. I know there's still some all over my floor and I keep running into them all the time. But I just cut that to a nice size for comparison to the figure. Again, like the way I did, you kind of have to crush it down, but like you can hold it. You can hold it and like hold it up in the air or something. Can't really see that with the camera, but it's not bad. Anything, like, you just have the blades kind of, I don't even know if you can really see that, but like they're just barely poking out, very much how these kind of things are in real life. So you can lay that there. You have Moxley like get thrown into it or something. Everything's a lot louder when I don't have the mat on this ring. But move Moxley over here. I don't care. Trying to fix him standing up. So another very random one. I'll actually show that one off last. Are these skewers that I made. They're very small. I have a couple actually, so I'll just put one in Moxley's hand here. So there. I have a couple other ones. Got this one where one of the pieces is very long, and then got this other one where I don't know if it's I don't know if you can really tell that, but the tips are red because I put a little red Sharpie on so it looked like there's some blood on it. But they're not commonly used. Oh my gosh, camera focus. They're not commonly used a lot, but I've seen them a few times. I know also like tattoo needles have been used for this. I've never seen a like match or anything where anyone's done that, but these are nice. They don't scale properly. I figure the way I did this was took some toothpicks. I only had yellow ones around, so that was the best color. You can pretty much use any color. I've seen green, and it's pretty much the only other color except for wood that I've seen when watching wrestling. So these look very kind of accurate. So as you can see, they hold them well. Let me find another figure to use. I'll use this Baron Corbin that's been sitting in the crowd. So you can have him sit there and Moxley can pound him into his head. The way I have to hold him onto the figure, though, into the figure's head, I'll use this sticky tack stuff. Poster, buddy, whatever it's called. There's some actually stuck on the tip of this from filming. Most of this stuff is stuff I use when I film my Tournament of Death video for PickFed that should be out on my YouTube channel right now. So I recommend going to watch it because there's all this stuff was used in it. So like you can have, if you really want, you can have like I'm not gonna pull out the stick tack, but like that looks pretty accurate. Yep. I'll have better performance over there. So then the next one, this is one that I actually tried to find a tutorial of on YouTube and couldn't. As you can see, it's just a Jake the Snake bag, which a lot of people pretty much only use this for thumbtacks or glass, I guess. Which I'll make videos on both of those things some point in the future. But I gotta move this back. This is a bag of Legos. Legos, in my opinion, are probably a lot more dangerous than tacks, as you can see them in there. I do not have any yellow ones. I don't know why I didn't color any yellow ones. But let me pour these out in the ring here. There's probably a couple still in the bag. So you got that. So you got like all these Legos here. I think you can see that on the camera. You should be fine. You can see them there. Got all these Legos. They were very much the way I did these. I can't pick any of them up, but it's cardstock paper, I'm pretty sure. Or like the boards that go in a comic book bag is pretty much what those are, I think. It's not regular old paper, like not printer paper. It's just kind of like thicker paper that doesn't flop around. It's the same kind of paper I'd recommend using if you like want to make your own crowd signs. But so I just did that, made them like that with that thicker paper. It still bends, but not much. And then colored them to a bunch of different colors, and then cut them out. So I just made these little sheets about like this big, maybe. I don't remember how big they were. And then cut them to different size. And then after coloring them, you cut them, and then you get these nice Legos. I just used Sharpie, and I, for some reason, did not make any yellow ones, when in my opinion, that's a very odd, like, standout color when it comes to Lego pieces. But you got Moxley here, absolutely abusing this figure today. Oh, and he can fall directly onto the Legos. They don't really stick on the figure. Maybe they would if he didn't have the jacket on right now. But, yep. So that's kind of just this custom little weapon tutorial. Not much. This video went a lot longer than I wanted it to because I ramble a lot. But, whatever. That's this video. Over.